Do you believe soulmates exist?
Yeah, I think every person that you meet in every moment of your life is a soulmate.
Okay, so there's no particular one person that is your soulmate, like many people wish to find their twin flame or their soulmate.
Probably you can expand that idea to that, but I think once you grow into self-love, the more you grow into self-love, the more this idea of soulmate will fade out. It's of course it's nice. It's very romantic to think about a soulmate living happily ever after and finding your forever mate and these I suspect that these are all ideas that come from neediness more than most of the case. I'm not saying that you cannot find someone to co-create and be vibrant in life and share sexuality and share partnership at many levels for maybe a long time. However, if I think that just already the idea that if you notice life is about constant change, nothing seems to stay the same because we are in a creative spiral. So we are constantly change our point of view and our experiences, and it never repeats itself. Even if we complete a circle and we start a new one, the new one is larger. So now we are coming similar to the one, but we're not exactly the same. So everything constantly change, and I think it's very rare that we change in the same manner for a lifetime. I'm not saying that it's not possible, but it's very rare, because sooner or later somebody starts to change in a different way than the other.
Yeah, I don't think that soulmate though is an idea that is forever.
No?
No.
Oh.
It can change, but a soulmate is more for you to expand and grow deeper into your unity.
Well, then we go back to what I was saying. Every person that you meet in every moment, it's your soulmate. I don't think you can meet someone that is not your soulmate, because it's just a soulmate is just a mirror.
Yeah, but I think when you really can go deeper into with someone, really go deeper into expansion and growth with someone, it's different than when you meet someone just during.
But I can go deeper with someone in 30 seconds.
Right.
Depth is not measurable by the amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
You can choose to be profoundly connected instantly.
Yeah.
Whether it's a person, a dog, a tree, or even this lamp. I mean, I can right away tune in and be profoundly connected. In fact, I would say we should always be profoundly connected, not only when we are in front of our soulmate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because everything is a soulmate.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is oneness. This idea of soulmate, in a way, sponsor the idea that here is the soulmate, here there is no, this is not soulmate, he is soulmate. So now we are creating separation, right? And if we are creating separation, we are in an illusion. So at a certain point, our love for ourselves is so strong that we don't see any more separation. Everything is oneness. And so wherever we direct our attention, we will see soulmates. Of course, maybe to get there, you need to create this idea of soulmate for a while and play with that. And there's nothing wrong with it. It's fun, it's lovely. I found my soulmate. You know, great, congratulations, wonderful. And now you're going to live happily ever after. Yes. Okay, that's fantastic. Wonderful. You know, it's great to. I don't see anything wrong in romanticize life. Life is not romantic by default. It's not romantic. Romance. It's a fictitious. It's a sweet and nice. Trick. We trick ourselves with this sentimentalistic, romantic, and I do all the time. I happen to be romantic sometimes, but I notice that as the more I progress into higher level of consciousness, the more it's getting difficult to sustain the romance agenda. Because romance is a projection. I'm projecting in you an ideal, and you agree to project the same to me, and we play the part. Now we are romantically involved. We are in love, right? But we are playing a part. We are playing a script, and eventually this romance and this being in love will collapse, because if sooner or later somebody, either me or you, will stumble upon his real persona and not the script that is supposed to play in order to fulfill the projection of the other, and once that happens, the game is spoiled. And often when people say, oh, I thought you were like this, I thought you were, and you are not like that, and now they don't love anymore. So you see, there was a condition. So I am romantically in love with you. It means that I have a condition, and the condition is that you play the part that I'm romanticizing of you. So I don't really want to see who you are, because that's not romance. Romance is creating a fantasy around you. And it's very fulfilling. It's fun. For 1 month, for 3 months, you're completely lost in this fantasy. But it is a fantasy.
So what is for you? Is there a difference between your connection, for example, with your landlord or with your lover? Is there any difference there, or you see them both as
at the core, there will be no difference. They will be both expression of life, and they will be both a reflection of me, and they will be both just a mirror.
Mm-hmm.
At the mind level, the more I tap into the mind, the more I will start to see differentiations. But of course, they will serve different experiences, different scopes. I created them for different reasons.
Yeah.
So the landlord is teaching me something about that aspect of life, and the lover is teaching me something about this aspect of life. Mm-hmm. Once the lessons are learned, both the landlord and the lover will disappear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because you will not need them anymore. And I suspect that even the idea of a lover, far in the distance most likely, once we are completely 100% integrated and so both our male and female energy are dancing at the same level within our system, then we do not need an externalization because we are one within ourselves. So we will eventually shift into maybe co-creation, maybe other ways to interact, but the idea of finding the other half, or you know, I'm a man and I'm looking for a woman, it will, down in there when we will be much higher conscious, there will be no need for that anymore, because we will be both a man and a woman. So there will be no anymore men or women. There will be unity fields that co-create together without a sexual differentiation. Of course, it will take some while, and now it's actually nice and wonderful to have this differentiation, because that's another way to experience life. You know, so but if we become aware of the differentiation between romance and real love, then be a lover is much more profound and wonderful when you get rid of that projection. You just eliminate that need to create a fantasy, and you go straight to loving someone. And so you will not have a conditions, you will not follow out of love because the person has not attended, is not fulfilled your list of requests. So yeah, I think it's getting more exciting, the dance between lovers, because we are stepping out from the fictitious, beautiful and fun, but fictitious dance of romance, and we are stepping into being lovers, which again, it's unconditional. It gets in, the more we grow into our self-love, the less condition we have. I am not quite there, I still have conditions, but much less than when I used to love myself less. So now I'm much more free to be myself in front of a lover, and to allow the lover to be herself in front of me. Now things get really interesting, because now we can really play. Before it was like, oh, I don't want her to see me like this, I don't want to see her like this. So, and she is the same, so we pretend, right? So we start to make it up. You know, women make up. It says, I'm making it up, right? And so we start to manipulate our information, our exterior expression of exteriorization of ourselves, in order to make it up so that we can fulfill the other party needs and necessities and expectations. Once that game is over, then we will be much more intensely dancing the love dance, and all these artifacts, artificially created tricks and lies, because they are lies, will not be needed anymore. And many of those industry that lives and count on those artificial artifacts will collapse completely, because people will not need anymore to camouflage themselves. They will just be, this is who I am. I love you. You know, it will not be like, wait a second, I'm going to, this is who I am. Now you can love me because I resemble the ideal, heavily sponsored and publicized idea of what is a lover or a beautiful person.
So the idea of a soulmate is also romanticized in your point of view, right?
I think there is we can probably at this point of after having this conversation, we can differentiate a romanticized idea of what is a soulmate,
yeah,
and the real soulmate. The real soulmate is somebody that is the perfect mirror of you at this given moment.
yeah.
The romanticized soulmate is this prince or princess that show up and loves you and never leave you, and you are going to live happy forever. Like most of the romantic movie ends, they always end with this idea that now they are going to be happy forever. Well, if we look at the reality, we found that that's actually quite rare. Even in the so-called marriage, there is a lot of problems. I suspect because the marriage was based on a projection, a romanticized aspect of a relationship, and not a true love. In fact, I can go as far as saying that if I am really a lover, I don't need to marry you. Why would I need to marry you? I love you. I don't need to create a cage. You are free for as long as you want. We are together. And then if there is need for different kind of experience, then I will still love you, you will still love me, but you will be somewhere else, and I will be somewhere else, dancing the life in different ways, more accordingly to my new vibrational offer. So why would I, if I love you, why would I marry you? There's no need. I can say, okay, I marry you for as long as growth continue. So we commit to each other for the purpose of supporting each other growth. So it's not anymore a safety mechanism where I'm going to create a little comfort zone, a little bubble reality where I'm less scared of life. But it's going to be a vibrantly alive situation of two people that are responsible, and they are committed to self-growth, and they recognize in the other a powerful tool to continue the growth. And once that growth will stop, and it will stop, then those people will just let go. These are very, very difficult and very hard to accept ideas. And I'm not probably myself so at that level, but I recognize that that's the direction where I need to go if I really want to be in integrity and honest with life and with myself.
Yeah, it doesn't sound very romantic when you use
No, no, it doesn't.
So a lot of people are very disappointed now.
Yeah, I know. Again, I love to be romantic. I am romantic. And I think you can still play the romantic. I can bring you flowers. Why not? And that's not romance. That's if the act is genuine, so it's not a cliche where I want to be romantic with her. But if I walk the street and I see flower, I think that would be so wonderful to. That's a beautiful romance because it's authentic. It's not forced by a specific behavior of a way that you are supposed to be. I can be romantic all the time without being romantic, meaning without playing the game of being romantic. In fact, probably we can say that true romance occur when you are really true yourself. So you are sincere, you are authentic, you are real in your romance. You're not a cliche, you're not saying things because you heard that's what you're supposed to say when the moon is full. You know, I have to buy the champagne because I had the ring. These are all beautiful things, there's nothing wrong with that. But let your heart take you to do that more than the conventional way to be.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, thank you.